Welcome back, everyone. Sorry for the wait. I was sick, but now I'm back, but only for a little bit because I'm going to be on vacation here this next week or so. So, episode 4 is going to be a bit of a ways away, but we're coming off our first ever game of the series, a 7-point loss against the Denver Nuggets, 106-113. Jokic put up like 40 plus points because of the weird bug going on right now in both my career and MyNBA, where there's not really any substitutions for most players. Brogdon played pretty well for us in that game, but we do start the series 0-1. The plan for this episode is to watch a game against the Boston Celtics, who are the reigning champions, of course, and then we'll close it by looking at the top 10 to 15 prospects in the first draft class, including the unanimous first overall pick, Dion York. And 2 weeks into our year, we're going to miss Yabusele to a high right ankle sprain, so we're going to have to adjust our rotation. I'm just going to let our CPU adjust this because I don't really care that much about this first season. And we're also going to lose Pritchard, I guess, to a left hand fracture, so 2 players go down in back-to-back games. And we're losing players left and right, but Williams should be able to play through this broken nose. We'll just have to wear a mask for about a month of time. Hopefully he'll be alright. Caris LeVert has broken his jaw, and we are a banged up squad already. But we're playing about 500 basketball. Not upset about that. Actually, way better than I was kind of expecting. We get Yabusele back as well here in November. We get Caris LeVert back a few days later. And we're approaching the game against Boston. We're probably going to come in right around 500. And if we lose this game, we're going to be knocked down to 500. But if we win, we'll stay above. Now, here's our first chance to kind of scout around the first couple of picks. And I'm just going to scout the projected top several players. And we have 17 visits to use here, which is great. So far this year, Brogdon has been our healthiest player alongside Dorian Finney-Smith and Josh Green, and he leads us in scoring at just below 23 points per game, 4 assists, 4 rebounds, shooting pretty darn well. LeVert not so much. Kennard is not playing well off the bench, below 42% from the field. But he has been good from behind the arc, as has several of our players, which was one of our biggest strengths coming into our first season. But here we go, at home again at the Palacio de los Deportes, facing off against the 17-8 Boston Celtics, led by Jason Tatum. Jaylen Brown currently injured, so Sam Hauser is starting in his place. And also, they got J.D. Davison as their starting point guard, and he's not very good, so they are a pretty banged-up squad, but they got Porzingis and company out there as well alongside Tatum, so they're going to be all right. They're still a better team than we are coming in. And we're going to rock the City Unis for the first time this year. So tip-off in Mexico City is officially underway, with Adams now in our starting 5 in place of the Time Lord, who is now fully healthy, but I just want to see, a different look here with the starting 5 with Williams on the bench this time around. We'll see if they fix the sub issue. I don't think they did, but I've heard some folks say it's better now, so we'll see. First shot of the day comes from Adams. It won't go, but he does clean up things on the board and will give us one more chance to put the ball in the hoop. Here's LeVert, the step back jumper, won't drop in for him. And here come the Celtics. Tatum. Good penetration, guarded by LeVert, but he will open the scoring here on the road. He has averaged over 33 points per game, very high usage rates. I imagine with Jaylen Brown being out for some time, he will be the go-to guy for the Celtics. There's Malcolm Brogdon, who's been our best offensive piece, and he opens up the scoring for the Aztecs. Shot clock under 5. Tatum, top of the key. Back iron. Screen comes up from Adams. LeVert finds him, rolling to the rim. Well, the one-handed stuff will give us our first lead. Hauser sets the screen. Tatum fires behind the arc and says splash. They come in obviously coming off a title the previous year, the most NBA championships in league history at 18 currently. LeVert cuts to the rim and he pounds it down. Assist to Dorian Finney-Smith. Another three launched by Tatum. That one rims out, but they're going to him on pretty much every play so far. Pick and roll setting up. A great feed inside to Steven Adams. We've seen in this game and our first game as well that the pick and rolls have actually worked pretty well for this Aztecs offense. And we come in, 14 wins, 13 losses. Very impressed by our start here in our first year as Tatum is now 1 for 4 from downtown. Up to Finney-Smith. His three drops in transition, and we lead by 6. Porzingis dumps it down low. Tatum is going to have to make something happen here, and he will leave it short. Kind of a slow start for him here. Now 2 for 6 from the field. Inside, Adams pumps. Goes up with it over Porzingis, but he is a tough defender to get the ball past, especially down low. Whipped inside to Tatum, but he was out of bounds. It goes the other way. High ball screen set by Finney-Smith. LeVert fakes a spin move, leaves it for Brogdon for the three, but he can't connect. Tatum getting physical down low, but so far, pretty solid defense by Dorian Finney-Smith. Josh Green attacks the mismatch and draws the foul against Sam Hauser, who came over to help on defense. 5 minutes gone, only 5 points for Boston as Green nearly airballs the front end. Back end will go. Screen setting up. Hauser lets it fly, but it won't drop in. LeVert with it. Into a three. He says, yes, we got it. 15-5. LeVert coming off a 23-point game against his former squad in the Cavaliers. We're off to a good start. Davison, the screen. Tatum trying to find some room to breathe here. He just pulls up and is now 2 for 8 from the field. Very impressed by our defense so far in the first 6 and change. Downhill, Brogdon hop-stepping through the lane over Davison for the baskets. He'll give Hauser a chance inside on the cut. Porzingis picks up the assist. Catch and shoot. It's Brogdon. He can't lace it from deep. That was a pretty good look, though. We'll take more shots like that as Tatum gets freed up inside. Got Green up in the air and lays it in for 2. Nice cut by LeVert between 2 defenders. Up and in. All the way to the 10. Tatum with back-to-back buckets. He's trying to get back on track after a slow start. He's been pretty darn good on the road as he has all year. Over 31 points per game in away arenas. As Green pulls the trigger but can't connect. Up to Tatum. Baseline jump shot. In and out. Nice little step back, and DFS is on the board. Porzingis the screen, and Tatum behind the arc, left wide open. It's 21-14 Aztecs in front. We actually brought in a couple of bench players. In comes the Time Lord alongside Derrick Jones Jr. as Jones rolls to the rim and slams it home off the assist from LeVert. We have shot over 60% so far in this first quarter. We're playing well against the reigning champs. Catch and shoot for Porzingis. His three won't drop in. We lead by 9. Williams bobbles the pass, but can't finish over Porzingis and his former team. Low block. Porzingis picks up his dribble, goes up, and draws the foul plus the buckets. It's a big finish right there for Tingus Pingus. The free throw will go as they have brought in Lonnie Walker. They have brought in Luke Cornett as well. They've been in a couple backups, so it seems like the bug might be fixed. Brogdon attacks the basket and picks up number 1 against Cornett. Front ends will drop in for him. Lonnie Walker stays in comes Jordan Walsh for Boston. Walsh leaves it for Walker. He floats it inside for Porzingis, who's got the Time Lord draped all over him, and that pass, or that shot rather, is deflected. Pass poked away by Walsh, but we get it back. Shot clock under 5. LeVert has to make something happen. It's no good. Up to Springer. Left-handed shot, left it short off the window. We get it back, leading by 8. Got a couple guys out there tired, including Brogdon and LeVert. LeVert spins, gets by Springer, and Cornett comes over to block the shots. We get it back. Brogdon has to fire the shot. Hits the front rim and out, but Williams steals it right back. And then gives it right back to the Celtics. You're not on Boston any longer, all right? That was a bad pass. Inside feed, Cornett readjusting at the rim. Tough finish, but he got it to go. Nearly stolen. Brogdon freed up off the ill-timed steal attempt by Lonnie Walker. And it's 27-19. Springer over Williams. Left it short again. Jones leaves it for Adams. He tries to lob it back his way, but they were not on the same page. Up to Walsh for the rim rocker. Pritchard checks in for the final play of the quarter, as does Najee Marshall, whose 3 will not fall. It's 27-21, Aztecs in front through 12. We're going to jump ahead to the halfway point of the next quarter, so 6 to go until halftime. And the Aztecs are still in front, 31-40. DFS fouled by Tatum at the rim. So we got a couple former Celtics and Malcolm Brogdon and Peyton Pritchard, and the Time Lord, obviously, Robert Williams. We'll see if those guys can play well here the rest of the way and get a win against their former squad. Free throws by DFS are split. Kind of a mismatch for Tatum here, trying to go after Josh Green. But Tatum lost his dribble and nearly turns the ball over. Davison has to find a shot here, and it's going to be a tough one over Brogdon. LeVert's down low to Adams. Porzingis got lost on the pick and roll. Off the screen, Tatum gets baseline and has it rejected from behind by Steven Adams. Great defensive play. Boston still has yet to really find their rhythm offensively here. And it's currently leading to a 12-point deficit. They got 6 seconds to find an open look here on the inbound pass. Derek White got it. They can roll. Adams once again gets inside for the deuce. Screen comes up. Baseline drive. What a finish by Derek White. Shot clock approaching 0. The pull-up. Good from Brogdon. Good answer. We've got 17 assists so far on the night. We average only 22 a game, so we have passed the ball extremely well here against Boston. Cornette the screen. He rolls inside, but Davison is guarded well. Cornette rejected by Adams. Inside, and the pass is picked off by Cornette. Green just had a late reaction time there. It's 35-47. Under 3 to go until halftime. Davison pulls up, tough shots. And now he is shaking up on the play. We got 5-on-4, and DFS takes full advantage as Davison's going to have to check out of the game here with the knee injury. Lonnie Walker is fouled on the very next play as he has come in for J.D. Davison. The front ends. Rims out for Walker. And he goes 0 for 2 at the line. Rough stint. Adams to Green on the cut. Nice pass. Can the Celtics get anything going here offensively? Lonnie Walker drains the triple. Verts, with time winding down, has to shoot. He left it short, but Adams comes flying in for the offensive putback. Oh my. Back inside to Porzingis, and he got it to go. Off the screen from Adams, LeVerts spins inside the paint and draws the first foul against Lonnie Walker. The front end is up and good. We have not seen Luke Kennard so far. We've seen only a little bit of Derek Jones Jr. and Pritchard. LeVerts splits the free throws. We have not done one. Neither has Boston here at the line in this game. I wonder if that's going to change here in these last couple of patches as Walker is too strong on that little push shot. And that's going to be a foul on DFS. A legal screen will turn the ball over. Last play of the half, they got Xavier Tillman in, so they have had like 12 or 13 different players all check in. Not the case for the Aztecs here as we lead 54-40 at the break. The Celtics offense has been completely out of sync. Start of the second half, we have shot 55% so far. They have shot only 42. Tatum has the most points so far from any player in the game with 18. Brogdon has 16 against one of his former squads as Walker cannot hit the open triple. Nice cut by Brogdon, who rocks the rim. We have had plenty of dunks. And right now, the Boston defense is kind of collapsing on these backdoor cuts, on-ball screens, and their offense just cannot get anything going here. We'll see if that changes here in this third quarter. White spins and got the foul call on Brogdon. He's got 2 free throws. The first one is perfect. Derek White coming off, I think, like a 2-point first half. The free throws are good. Good penetration. Brogdon with a tough finish over White. Tatum steps back. And once again, no good from downtown. He's been cold since the first quarter, essentially. He barely played in that last quarter either. A good pass. Open look for Josh Green. That one rattles in. We lead by 19 points. White. Oh my! He just put DFS on a poster. Eyeball screen set up. Adams draws the foul. That's the first on Porzingis. Adams not the best free throw shooter. And the first one is left short. He shot 55% so far this season, 8 points per game on the bench for most of the season as he goes 0 for 2 at the line. Not what you want to see. Hauser finds White. Luckily, no good from downtown. Green lets it fly. Tatum right there in his mouth. That's not going to fall. Inside, it's Porzingis. Left-handed shot off the glass and through. He's 4 for 7. Good passing, but Porzingis is there to block the shot out of bounds. He'll stay with the Aztecs, though. LeVert. Boom! From behind the arc. Tatum calls timeouts. Under 5 to go. Walker's pull up. Drops in. Nothing but nylon. What a shot. LeVert's all the way to the 10. The assist to Brogdon. With the launch. It's Tatum connecting from deep. Shot clock winding down. LeVert just jacks it up. Hauser the screen. Walker left open. Good again. Timeout, Mexico City. We jump to the fourth quarter, leading 97-81 with just over 6.5 to play in regulation. Boston looking for just one last chance to get back in this game as Brogdon hits the deck on the three-point attempt. They trail by 16 points. They get one last try in before we can close this game out here. Here's Springer. Back to Walker. Open three. No good. Lucky break for us. Double screen set up for Brogdon. Back to Finney-Smith. Great play design. Walker with it again. His pull up. Won't drop in. Adams pulls down the miss. Brogdon gets the handoff and floats it up and out. Walsh back in the game. He pulls down the rebound. Screen set up by Cornette. Walker feeds it back to him on the roll. Good pass out to Green. His three won't drop in, but LeVert follows the shot and pulls it down. Tatum called for the foul. Mazzulla not happy about the call. LeVert 1 point shy at 20. And now he's got it. The back end is good. 101-83. Aztecs looking sharp here. Off the screen from Hauser. Tatum has just been so well covered by Finney-Smith. Now he's got some room to fire, but still can't connect. Outlet pass to LeVert. Up to Finney-Smith for a 20-point lead. Backdoor cut. Tatum can't get to the pass from Porzingis. LeVert almost coughs it up, but eventually tracks it down. Brogdon fires straight away, but can't connect. Isolation for Jason Tatum against Josh Green. They got Green on the move for a moment, but Tatum has not even scored in quite some time here. He will have games like those every so often. Catch and shoot. LeVert's three won't drop in, but Adams cleans things up on the offensive glass. I think that will just about do it here at home. Really impressive win against the reigning champions. So it's the Aztecs who absolutely bludgeoned the Boston Celtics here in Mexico City. A very impressive performance by the newest team in the NBA. 85-110 your final score. I'm going to have to lower the fatigue rate, I think, for the CPU sliders, but otherwise, that was a really awesome game by the entire squad. No complaints. Malcolm Brogdon drops 32-9 in the upset win against one of his former teams. LeVert, 21 points, 9 assists. He passed the ball very well. Adams pulls down 21 rebounds. And just shy of 40 minutes of game time. Still got to work on that sub bug, I guess. So, gonna take things slow still as Tatum drops 32, but on 31 shot attempts, he was not very good at all. I am going to lower the fatigue rate to 50 and save these as a new update to the slider sets. We simmed just over a month after that Boston win, and now we have fallen below 500 after several different losing streaks, a couple of close L's like against the Heat and Lakers on back-to-back nights. And we have the Spurs next up, but now it's time for us to look at these prospects and see who we should probably target in the first round of our first ever NBA draft. So the unanimous first overall pick in the draft is Dion York, a 3-level scoring threat power forward. And he's got ones across the board. He is the surefire first overall pick with a Tim Duncan Hall of Fame ceiling. Yeah, he's going to be great. A floor of a starter. He gets to the rim, really good finisher, NBA superstar, written all over him, good leaper, he crashes the boards pretty well, no big weaknesses, and in 10 games in college so far, nearly 30 points per game, nearly 10 rebounds, 4 assists, he gets blocks, steals, and can knock down threes. Yeah, this guy is going to be an absolute menace. I mean, I doubt we get the first overall pick based on the current odds, but there's always a slim chance that we do. And if we do get it, York is for sure the pick. But if not, it's going to be impossible to make a trade with whoever gets the first overall pick, because whoever does is going to take that guy no matter what. He is a franchise-changing player. The next guy up is going to be between a couple of players, but most likely it's probably going to be Boris Bowen or John Cobb. Bowen has no badges, is a rim-rocking forward who's 6'10", 22 years old though. That's not very good. He's out of UNC. He's played 12 games so far, but he also has the Hall of Fame ceiling compared to Dominique Wilkins. He can make his own shots. He's a good low post scorer and has good low post fundamentals on defense and gets the job done, but does turn the ball over on occasion. He's going to go at either 2, 10, or 3, so probably a top 5 pick if I had to guess. And again, no gameplay badges, which is a concern. Then we got NC State guard John Cobb at number 3, who is pretty much a 3-level scoring threat, solid outside and low post defender. Can't rebound, but is a pretty good athlete. Only okay potential. He has scored very well so far in college. Very good behind the arc. Compared to Kobe Bryant, another Hall of Fame ceiling-esque player. So the first guy is going to be most likely that kind of game-changing player. These next two guys, in Bowen and Cobb, are both kind of boomer-bust talents with Hall of Fame ceilings, but bench floors. He's got a good mid-range shot, a good vertical leap, a very skilled long-distance shooter, but definitely lacks some basketball IQ and court awareness, and is not the best finisher. So keep that in mind. And this guy also has no badges. At 4, you've got 6'11" G League center Aaron Mobley with 3 gameplay badges: pogo stick, post lockdown, and rise up. So some good rebounding stuff there, as well as defense and offense. So 3 different kinds of badges there. And he looks to be a pretty solid inside scorer. Can actually knock down some jump shots, not great at those right now. He's a good athlete, has high potential, and has an Alonzo Mourning / All-NBA comparison. So not quite as high of a ceiling as Cobb or Bowen, but still has that all-star, all-NBA potential. He will not get a shot blocked very often and is a pretty solid low-post defensive presence. But he does have poor offensive anticipation and his average low-post scoring ability, which was not really prevalent here on the grades with B- inside scoring, but I guess we'll see about Aaron Mobley. At 5, you've got Jackson Larson, who is kind of a lackluster offensive player, can play at the 3 or 2 spot, who's 6'4", 20 years old, good playmaking ability. He's kind of a jack of all trades, master of none, and has not shot very well in college in 14 games so far. But he does have, like Mobley, the All-NBA ceiling compared to Glenn Robinson and Andre Iguodala. He's a good leaper, he can crash the boards on occasion, good on-ball defender, can rack up some steals, and can hold his own in the paint against most defenders. But his jump shot is a big question mark, and he does not score well with his back towards the basket, so keep that in mind. He's got no gameplay badges either. And neither does 6'4" guard Anderson Longley here out of Southern Illinois. High shot tendency, not the best shooter, and he has shot pretty poorly so far in college, except from the free throw line. But he does have the Pete Maravich, Pistol Pete's Hall of Fame comparison, the McCollum floor, which is a pretty good floor to have, I think. Pretty good at holding on to the ball while attacking. He can find his own shots. Very good mid-range ability and a good vertical leaper, but is a poor finisher and has, again, no badges. Yeah, this class so far just simply lacks like starting badge numbers. Not really sure why that's the case, but Ethan Love here, another guard out of New Mexico Junior College, it seems. 6'6", 22 years old, so on the older end, and again has no badges. Comes in as a pretty rough prospect around the edges. Not good at pretty much anything, and he only has really the athletic profile going for him to this point. But in college, apparently, at least in JUCO, he has been absolutely balling. In 10 games, over 50% from the field and from downtown. Those are really good numbers. He is compared to OG Anunoby and Bonzi Wells, but only a starter ceiling, so he's probably not the guy for us. Rixi Siki out of Hungary has the All-NBA comparison to Sidney Moncrief, a Blue Edwards / bench floor. He's got some potential, good reflexes, lightning fast hands on defense, but a lack of a jump shot and kind of a lack of a good basketball IQ as well. He's only got the pick dodger badge, plus he's 23 years old at a 68 overall. Not sold on him, but he is a great outside defender. You've got Romanian guard here at 6'6", Iancu Emanescu, who's 21 years old, coming in with a pretty solid three-point jump shot and inside scoring rating. He's a good athlete, okay defender. Potential is low, so is basketball IQ. He has shot very well overseas and is compared to De'Aaron Fox. He's a good leaper, can take guys off the dribble, and could develop well, but again, he lacks IQ, and he has only one badge, handles for days. Timothy Stewart has break starter and is a 6'9" center or power forward out of England, so you're going to get a Brit here, and he is definitely going to lack a lot of offensive skill. Defense, not so much, so he's more of a low post threat. He has shot well in 10 games so far overseas. A Rudy Gobert comparison, not the best, but not the worst. You can expect his game to grow a lot as he matures, but he's also already 21, so he's already kind of on the older side of things. His vert could be better. He's only 6'9", so that is a concern, and he's got to work on his offensive skills. That's going to be it so far. We have most other guys only partially scouted. Now, I think right now, if we don't get the first overall pick, I'm leaning towards Aaron Mobley. Despite being 22 years old, he's got 3 badges, has high potential. So you got him, who's got the Alonzo Mourning comparison. Plus, you could also go after John Cobb and Boris Bowen, who both have really high ceilings. Not opposed to those guys either, but you're pretty much looking for a top 4 pick to get one of these top 4 players. And they're all at different positions pretty much. You got York at power forward, Boris Bowen at small forward, Cobb at guard, and Mobley at center. So really, I'm just going with best available here with our first pick. And we'll learn more about this class next time around. That will do it for this episode, folks. Thank you guys for watching. As always, please like the video, subscribe if you're new, and leave your feedback down below. And when I come back from my vacation, we'll get episode 4 up as fast as possible before we move into what would likely be the first off-season of the entire series. We'll see how things go. We might actually be kind of a play-in tournament-esque team. And we'll obviously focus more on the, meats of the year starting in year 2. So I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.